Yes. Woo! That's the Christmas I like. Oh. There's an even better set coming. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's better than I thought.
I know it is a bit late, but Happy New Year everyone. I hope you had a great time celebrating and that you caught a few waves over the holidays. The last week of 2025 was amazing over here in France. I'll even go ahead and say it was the best run of small swells I have ever seen. Pristine conditions and perfect sandbars every single day.
Oh.
The start of this session, as it is often the case, was pretty rough. I hadn't surfed in a few weeks, so my timing was a bit off, and it looks like I was picking the worst possible waves. It took me a few waves to shake the rust off, but once I did, I caught some of the best waves of my year. Talking about a new year, this is often a good opportunity to reflect upon what you achieved in the last year and set some new goals for the next year.
Oh my gosh. Alright. That is a perfect one. If I can catch it.
I want to thank every single one of you who tagged along the journey this year and everyone who was here before that and is still here today. This past year, I've been trying to share my progression in the most transparent and honest way. Be really open about how I feel during my sessions and what I'm learning along the way, and by doing that, hopefully you guys can truly identify with the videos and find them helpful. And in 2026, I want to go one step further.
Wow. I will be too late again. Oh my gosh. So it's always two ways. And I'm always too late. So I'll paddle way back and wait for the next one. Oh wait. Here's the next one. Too deep this time.
The two things that have had the biggest impact on my surfing are catching more waves and filming myself. And I want to start helping other people make the same progress using this approach. So starting April 2026, I will be offering my services as a surf guide. I will be taking you to empty waves and get you to experience what you see in the videos for yourself. On top of that, I will be filming you and telling you what I think you need to work on. I can promise you that you will be catching a lot more waves and that the footage you will get will help you immensely in your progression. So if you are thinking about doing a surf trip to France, click the link in the description and it'll take you to my website where you will find all of the details.
This is so perfect. Let me tell you, I spent 5 weeks in Morocco and this is the second to best wave I've seen in like 7 weeks. I absolutely love France.
This is also what I want to start sharing in real life. My love for France and its incredible beach breaks, as well as my passion for empty waves and the extra effort that they require to be found. And I will also continue to share those moments with you on YouTube. Now let's get back to the session. This wasn't a particularly good wave, but I wanted to see how far in I could ride it. It might seem silly, but it gave me a good sense of where to kick out. On this type of wave, it is important to know when to stop. This is a beach break, but it looks a lot like a reef break wave entering a channel. The wave is pretty punchy when it hits the sandbar on the outside, and then it gets gradually mellower as it is moving towards the beach. There is a point where you're better off kicking out and making your way back to the peak earlier, rather than trying to force another turn on the inside. The top portion of the wave is where you'll be able to learn the most, so you might as well spend most of your time there. I caught this wave on my way back out from the previous one. I was pretty late to the party, but that wave was so nice and I knew I could still fit a turn in there before it would reach the kick out zone.
Alright, so far, I've got a few good waves. I'm happy with them. I haven't caught, though, one of the big sets. I'm always either too deep, too late, or I just can't read them that well. So I'm just hoping that today, before the session ends, I'm going to catch one of these, and then my session will be complete. This is the winter time. I'm not going to catch as many waves as I am in the summertime, because in the summertime everything is so easy. The water is warm, the wetsuit is super thin. Right now I'm rocking a 6'4" with 6.5 boots and no gloves. The outside temperature is around 2 degrees and then the water must be around 12, 13 degrees Celsius. So I'm pretty toasty, but obviously I'm not going to catch as many waves as I am when it's a lot warmer and I'm not wearing that much rubber on me. I'm also not surfing as well, but that's another story. Let's get back to work. I'm hoping to catch one big wave. Come on. Really have to dig.
You heard me say, I really have to dig right there, and that's how I felt about these cards. I think on flat waves like this, it is preferable to keep a high line and go for long cutbacks, instead of trying to do power turns like that one.
Oh no, no power. Oh, I'm so bummed.
Choosing to do the right turn on the right section is something I've been learning a lot about lately.
I couldn't catch up.
I think I would have made the section if I had kept a high line at the start instead of going straight down the face. I tried to do a floater over the next section to make up for it, but it didn't really work out. Here is an interesting thing about cutbacks. On my first turn, notice how low I was on the wave and how much I stalled at the top. That was a hard turn. Then look at how high up on the wave I was before my second turn. Notice how much smoother and faster my cutback is. The lower you are on the face of the wave, the harder you will have to bottom turn, which will then require a harder top turn to change direction. You can do that on a steep wave, but on a flat wave like that, if you are turning hard at the top, you will most likely stall and struggle to finish the maneuver.
I think I'm gonna miss a bombing set. A perfect set. Look at this, guys. Alright. That takes the cake. Oh no! I might be able to hop on this one. Just for the heck of it.
First snap of the session, and look at how hung up in the lip I was after the snap. And that's because I did not transfer my weight forward. I leaned on my back foot really hard, completely stalled, and was forced to play catch up with the wave after that.
Wave out the back.
This is a really interesting wave again. I want you to pay attention to how I pumped my way into my first turn instead of compressing down into a bottom turn. This is something I am really working on at the moment. The more you compress down into your bottom turn, the more projection you will have coming out of it, which means more speed at the top of the wave, and speed is everything.
Oh, the wave out the back. Guys. Oh no. Yeah, that was the proper bomb. Alright.
I have a strong tendency to stay very upright at the bottom of the wave. And I think it is a very common thing among intermediates because one of the first things we learn is to pump down the line. And the way we do that is by compressing at the top to go down the face of the wave and then extending to go back up the face. So our brain associates compression with going down and extension with going up, which is very intuitive. But on a bottom turn, the mechanics are a bit different and you actually need to compress down to go up, which is really counterintuitive. So breaking this pattern of pumping down the line and rewiring it into a solid bottom turn is very hard to do and can easily take several months.
I'm too far out on the shoulder, am I not?
And it also does not help that the first turn most people learn is the cutback, because on a cutback, the bottom turn is usually very shallow and resembles a pump more than an actual bottom turn. So it reinforces that pumping pattern even more. Here the bottom turn was much better. I stayed compressed for longer and got to the top of the wave with a lot more speed, and the resulting turn was a lot easier.
Oh no, there was no shoulder. This one was much better. But now I'm too late. Yes. I was indeed too late. And I'll be too late for the entire set. That was such a bad choice. Oh gosh. Oh, I could have caught that one.
I think this sequence is so relatable. Surfing alone is incredible, but you need quite a lot of self-control. I personally get so tempted to try and catch anything and everything, and I really have to talk myself out of catching the first or second wave of a set. And that day, the waves looked so good that I just could not do it.
There's nothing left. Oh! Alright, so I will have spent this section hoping to catch one of the best waves and always failing. That is a bit annoying, but you know what? I still got some fun waves. Nowhere near as good as the waves we just saw, but I'm always out of position for this one. For these ones, somehow. No! Are you kidding me?
It's such a bummer that I missed this wave because it was beautiful and I was perfectly positioned, right behind the first section. And because this was the second wave of the set, I had to watch the rest of it, obviously much better, unfold right in front of me, and that was a bit frustrating.
Look, once again, I go on a wave, and then right next, right behind it is the perfect wave I've been waiting for. Oh, this is so frustrating. I mean, the wave I caught was perfect, don't get me wrong, but I just missed the pump. I went a little too high on the wave, and because of the wind, I got caught up in the lip. It really was just a tiny detail, but it cost me the entire wave. But the wave in and of itself was pretty good. Yo, that was really good.
This was my most well-surfed wave of the day. First thing is that I kept a high line at the start to gain more speed going down the face. Then I compressed down into my bottom turn and didn't extend fully coming out of it. The sequence for turn 2 was exactly the same, and then I finished it off with a nice cutback as the wave was flattening out. I applied all of the things I talked about earlier in the video, and it resulted in a very nice ride. This was wave 2 of the set, and once again, there were 4 other bigger waves behind it. Another solid first turn, but I want to focus on what I did after that. I knew a section was coming up in front of me, and what I should have done was play it safe and keep a high line until right before the section. But I didn't. I went down the face and tried to cram a turn in there, and obviously I got caught behind the section.
Oh no, there is no shoulder. Or maybe there is.
There surely was a shoulder on that thing, and I think I surfed it pretty well.
Alright, I'm calling it. I caught this wave right when I got back out, so I'm so happy. That was so good. I love France, that's all I have to say.
That's pretty much the best way to end the video, really. I love France, and so far, every time I've traveled for surfing, I've always ended up missing my home break. And I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. Your local might not be the best break in the world, but you know where to go and when to go to make the most of what the ocean has to offer there. After a few years of trying to figure it out for myself, I now feel like my experience can be valuable to traveling surfers. So again, if you are planning a surf trip to France and you want to stack the odds in your favor, click the link in the description. Other than that, I just hope some of the things I said in the video were helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.